Another gut-wrenching loss by the Toronto Raptors tonight, this time at the hands of the Los Angeles Clippers. And thank God no more 10:30 games. Can't do this anymore. It's absolutely painful. Was it gut-wrenching? Does it suck? Absolutely. And look, watching the team claw back from down 11 to a 3-point deficit and then watching Paul George hit a dagger 3, we're used to seeing heartbreak in this city, so it's nothing new. But I got to give this Raptor team a ton of credit. Moral victories suck in sports. I get that. But in a game like this, with all the emotions of last night, and you go into today having to play the better team on the second night of a back-to-back, and then we hear Pascal Siakam's not going to play. And we're like, oh, to face Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden, a shell of Russell Westbrook, but whatever, and former Raptor Norm Powell, who we love and miss dearly. Like, it looks like we're going to get slaughtered. And you see that Thad Young's getting the start again against Zubac, and we're like, oh, God, not again. This is going to be ugly. Albeit Thad Young put up a good fight last time. What did he do today? 8 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 4 or 5 from the field. Only a -2 on the floor, had a couple steals. And Zubac, he probably did some work. Yeah, he had a double-double, 12 and 11 with 6 of 8 from the field. It was only a +1, though. So I thought he did a great job, did Thad Young, in what he's getting asked to do. Like, really. And the Raptors, the entire game, were in this. Every time you thought, oh, here comes the run by the Clippers, the Raptors countered. Every time. Like, it's insane. Listen to this stuff. Raptors were up by 1 after the first quarter. They were down 1 at the half. They were up 1 heading into the fourth quarter. And you knew heading into the fourth quarter. Like, I'm sitting there watching the game with my mom, and I'm like, yeah, even though they're up 1 going into the fourth, it feels like it's curtains. And the reason I say that, it's not because I don't have confidence in the Toronto Raptors. It's because, again, second night of a back-to-back, this team is probably just exhausted, physically and emotionally. You're facing a really good team with 2 incredible closers in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And you can even throw James Harden in that mix. What did he do today? 14 and 11, 5 of 13, 2 of 7 from 3. But you knew those two, Paul George and Kawhi, would be a big factor. And the question was, who's going to be that guy for the Raptors today? And to start the fourth quarter, I think Norm hits a 3, and then they hit another 3, and they go up like 5 or 6 quickly, and you're like, ugh. This doesn't look good. And they were leaking oil for quite some time. Scotty Barnes, the body language looked a little rough today, especially in that fourth quarter, missing 2 free throws, 1 to complete and 1 on Paul George where he's smiling heading to the free throw line, then he botches a free throw. And then he gets a layup around Zubac. Great move to get the layup, and just doesn't make it. And that's a 4-point swing. That's a really tough stretch right there for Scotty. And after the missed layup, he just kind of walked back on defense. He was just so out of it mentally, and he didn't really pick it up the rest of the way. How many points did he have today? 12. So he didn't score after that. So tough. Look, 7 boards, 6 assists, did other things to help the team. 2 blocks in the game, but that was a tough Scotty day. Tough Scotty one. Again, with all the emotions of the last couple days, I get it. But to credit this team, when they went down 11 after Norman Powell hit the layup and you're going down 11 with like 3 or 4 to play, it feels like it's over. But for this team to go out there and to counterpunch with a 7-0 run to make it a 4-point game, and then at one point it was a 3-point game because they had an and 1, I believe it was. It's a 3-point game with like a minute, or with like, was it just under a minute to play? And you're thinking, damn, they're right there. You just need to get a stop. And then Paul George hit a big-time 3 to put them up 6. And that was it. But for a team that doesn't have Pascal Siakam, obviously still no Jakob Poeltl, so you're missing that rim protection. You're missing that, obviously, matchup on Zubac. and more rebounding and more. We've now learned how important that guy is to the team, and not having him, you see how big of a loss. Not having those two guys on the second night of a back-to-back against this team, and to be down 11 at worst, and it was for a very minimal amount of time the entire game. For most part, you were down 3, maybe 5, then down to 1. It was lead change after lead change the entire night. I got to give these guys credit. Now, yes, they're 3-3 since the trade, so it may not look pretty. But think about this. They lost this game, which, again, they played well. They lost the Lakers game last night. We're not going to talk about that anymore. And that Sacramento Kings game, you lost by 1 possession, basically. Right? Where you had that 3 by quickly to tie the game. It should have been free throws. I did the 2-minute report. Yippee for that. So, yeah, you've lost 3 games. But look at the way they've been in these games against really tough opponents. It's nothing to stub your nose at. Now, yeah, you want them to win some of these games would be great. But the effort is there, and I appreciate that as a fan. Team stats real quick. 55% from the field. Another big-time three-point shooting night for the Raptors. 40% from 3. 89% from the free throw line. Great stuff. 2 misses. Both Scotty Barnes. Clippers shot 53% from the field. 44% from 3. They did not miss from the free throw line. 100%. What can you do? Right. Second chance points. Nothing changed there but turnovers. And this is where the Raptors lost this game. 14-7 in turnovers. The problem was the Raptors never capitalized on theirs. Only 2 points off of their 7 turnovers. And off of the Raptors' 14, they scored 17. 17-2 in points off of turnovers. It's a big reason of why you lost this game today. Right? And just their talent is there. But now let's get to the player stats and give these shout-outs. We talked about Scotty Barnes' game. 12, 7, and 6. 5 of 10 from the field. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 1 of 5 from 3. Couple blocks. -9. Again, just not a great Scotty night. RJ Barrett continues to just impress the hell out of Raptor fans. The shot selection, the catch and shoot ability, the defense isn't as bad as we all thought. 25 points, 5 boards, 4 dimes, 10 of 16 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3. Was guarding Kawhi at good points in this game. Was an even player. Solid. We talked about Thad Young already. Emmanuel Quickley. It's so weird how he misses a few shots to start, and then he just locks in. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 of 16 from the field, 9 of 9 from the line, 2 of 4 from 3, had a steal in the game, -5 on the floor, only 1 turnover in 36 minutes. A good night for Emmanuel Quickley there. Dennis Schroeder got the start, obviously with no Pascal Siakam, they elevated him. 22, 1 and 4, 8 of 13 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line, only 1 of 5 from 3 though. And -1. Gary Trent gave you some scoring in the first half. Struggled there in the second half. 12 points, 3 boards, couple assists, 5 of 9 from the field, but 2 of 4 from three-point range. -9 out there. And Jonte Porter. I am thoroughly enjoying watching him play the game of basketball. He's doing everything right. He's scrappy. He's diving for loose balls. He shoots the 3. He was 1 of 3 from 3 today. And the passing ability. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, +2 on the floor in 18 minutes. And he's got the size that you're missing right now with Yak. Very entertaining stuff. Very entertaining stuff. And the fact you had to play Jalen McDaniels 13 minutes, and he had to guard Kawhi at times. Garrett Temple played a few minutes. He played 8, knocked down a corner 3. But again, not a guy you want out there. And Chris Boucher didn't give you much. -10 on the floor in 11 minutes. Considering everything, you lost by 6. Got to give him credit for that effort. I thoroughly do. Now, finally, the last game on this stupid road trip is on Friday. 9:30 tip-off. As the Raptors are in Utah taking on the Jazz, who are 8. Have they updated the score yet? No, I believe they're going to go 19-20 on the season. Do not think, well, finally we're not playing these big name teams in these big name cities. We have a chance. The Utah Jazz have won 3 straight games. They're 8-10 in their last, 8-2 in their last 10. They just beat, actually, scratch that. They beat the Nuggets. Holy crap. Okay, their last 3 wins have been Denver by 13, Milwaukee in Milwaukee by 16, Philly in Philly by 11. Do not take that team lightly. It is going to be a tough one to end the road trip. You win that game, what are they? 3-3 then? On the trip? Yeah, they'd be 3-3 on the road trip, which I think would be an absolute success. Absolute success. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the first 3 quarters. Screw it. The whole entire game, because the Raptors, they scrapped. Hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done this already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow night as they're in Long Island, taking on the Islanders at 7 o'clock. And as for the Raptors, they're in Utah and Salt Lake City, taking on the Jazz, 9:30 tip-off there to end this West Coast trip. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game overall today. We'll talk to you guys then.